Pauwi. We've got updates from the Emirates Cup in the NBA and the start of the PBA Commissioner's Cup.
And results of a do-or-die battle for the last Final Four spot in UAAP men's basketball.
I'm back. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy League. Puts it on. Unbelievable. On the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Bakunas rejecting Esteban for the
The Phoenix Suns do what no other team has done in the Emirates NBA Cup as they defeat the Los Angeles Lakers. The return of Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal spelled doom for the purple and gold as the Suns came away with a convincing victory here, 127-100. The Phoenix Big Three of Durant, Beal, and Devin Booker made bucket after bucket after bucket, scoring a total of 72 points. Before today, Durant and Beal missed a combined 12 games, both due to a left calf strain. The Book did lead the way with a game-high 26 markers, while his co-stars scored 23 apiece. Anthony Davis and LeBron James tried to carry the Lakers with a combined 43 points, but it was not enough as they lose for the first time in NBA Cup history. The Suns snapped their 5-game losing skid and improved their record to 10 wins and 7 losses. The Lakers have the same exact win-loss card, but are now in a 3-game slide. Before the game, Beal spoke to the media about the importance of staying healthy and being able to share the floor with both KD and D-Book.
It's encouraging for sure. You know, that's like the number one thing with our team. If we can be healthy, then we know what we can be. But it's obviously we got to check that box and making sure that we stay our availabilities, our best ability. And then it's we can't keep talking about it. We know what we can do, but we got to go out and prove it and continue to play. Kind of start the year how we did. Off with a good start, but kind of pick that back up, get back to where we left off, and really take stride in this nice stretch we have.
Meantime, it's off to the NBA Cup quarterfinals for the Houston Rockets as they clinch Group A in the West. The Rockets booked their ticket after beating the Minnesota Timberwolves in overtime 117-111. Anthony Edwards tried to win the game for the T-Wolves, but he is going to miss this go-ahead basket, forcing the game into overtime. Talented big man Alperen Sengun did it all for the Rockets, tallying a triple-double of 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. Fred VanVleet added a massive double-double of 27 markers and 11 dimes. Houston now has a 13-6 win-loss slate this season. Minnesota drops to 8 victories and 9 defeats and have now lost 3 straight games. Here's Timberwolves head coach Chris Finch talking about their shortcomings.
I didn't really like our effort and our energy in the first half. We found it in the second half, and then kept giving it back with offensive kind of, just kind of trying to do too much ball by ourselves offensively. Early on, was a lot of turnovers in the paint. Cleaned that up a bit, and finally found some energy. The guys on the bench were really good, getting us back in it. But we got to be that. It's the same old thing. It's just not consistent all the way through the 48.
3 more games take place in the Emirates NBA Cup today, starting off with the Chicago Bulls running over the struggling Washington Wizards 127-108. Then Dame Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks weather a late surge by the Miami Heat 106-103 for their 5th win in a row. And lastly, Victor Wembanyama putting up 34 points as the San Antonio Spurs beat the Utah Jazz 128-115.
NBA teams may have to think twice before pulling out the load management card. The Atlanta Hawks have been fined $100,000 For violating the league's player participation policy, an investigation determined that Trae Young could have played in an NBA Cup game against the Boston Celtics on November 12. Young was listed unavailable due to tendinitis in his right Achilles, but an independent physician concluded otherwise upon later review. The Hawks won the game anyway, 117 to 116. The league's participation policy focuses primarily on star players, a category which Young falls under since he was an All-Star last season.
From the NBA, let's go here to the PBA as the Converge Fiber Xers opened the Commissioner's Cup with a beatdown of the short-handed Terra Firma Jeep. The Fiber Xers, with their upgrades, took down the Jeep's revamped but incomplete lineup. 116 to 87, Mike Nieto was chosen as player of the game with his 11 points off the bench in just 15 minutes of play. Import Chick Diallo, top scoring here for Converge, as he finished with 25 points to go along with his 16 rebounds. Converge's latest surprise acquisition, Jordan Heading, had a decent outing, tallying 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Rookie Justin Baltazar has yet to make his PBA debut with his ongoing duties in the MPBL. On the Terra Firma side, former San Miguel Beerman Terrence Romeo and Vic Manuel did not suit up, although as you can see, TR7 was present at the arena. The Jeep acquired the two veterans just a few days ago in exchange for Wamit Yongson and Andreas Cahilig. Big man Christian Stan Hardinger also did not see action for the Jeep. Adding insult to injury, their 7-foot reinforcement Ryan Richards only had 10 points and as many boards. After the match, player of the game Mike Nieto spoke about the Fiber Xers' promising start to the mid-season conference.
Coach Franco, Coach Charles, and Coach Raiko reiterated yesterday the importance of team chemistry. No? And I think this conference is a very long one. No? I think 2 months yung elimination round. So especially with the addition of Jordan and Pau, we need to learn how to play with them. And of course, we're very excited for what's to come with Convergent. You know, we're just enjoying every moment. As you guys saw earlier, everyone's enjoying first, second, third. Kung may fourth unit kami, lahat yan. May kanya-kanya lang role naman na ginagawa, and you know, we're just enjoying. Hopefully, ang resulta nito is W for us.
Meantime, the Phoenix Fuel Masters opened their Commissioner's Cup campaign against guest team Hong Kong Eastern. The Hong Kong squad started on a strong note, building a double-digit lead in the first quarter, but this was slowly erased by the Fuel Masters, trailing by just 4 points at the half, 45 to 49. Cameron Clark had 19 points to lead all scorers. Currently, Eastern is still ahead against Phoenix as both teams gun for a strong start in the conference.
Expect another action-packed doubleheader in the PBA tomorrow with games at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium in Manila. First to hit the hard court are the Northport Batang Pier and the NLEX Road Warriors, as you can see on your screens, and that game will be in the afternoon. Watch out for how both teams will do with last-minute replacements for their imports this conference. Then it will be the Blackwater Bossing taking on the Magnolia Chicken Templados Hot Shots at 7:30 in the evening. Both games will also be live, of course, on the PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app. Coming up, today's the crucial match between the Adamson Soaring Falcons and the UE Red Warriors for that final UAAP men's basketball semi-final spot. And we will give you updates on how that game went when play-by-play returns. Stay tuned, only here on One News. And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play. The Final Four of the UAAP Season 87 Men's Basketball Tournament is now complete.
And to give us a report on the action-packed playoff between Adamson and UE, we've got sports mobile journalist Denise Valdez Sancho with us. Good evening, Denise.
Good evening, Andre Cheska. Yes, we just witnessed the Adamson Soaring Falcons claim their spot in the Final Four. That is after winning a do-or-die match against the UE Red Warriors live here at the Mall of Asia Arena. We saw a different hustle from the Soaring Falcons as they led by as many as 15 points in the fourth quarter. Adamson closed the game 68-55. The Red Warriors end the season on a 6-game skid, and they last made it to the Final Four way back in 2009. That was 15 years ago. Even more bad news for UE, big man Precious Momaway fell on his back after attempting a block in the last quarter. We have yet to confirm if he did sustain an injury, but as for the Falcons, they're back in the semis after missing last year's edition. Andre Cheska, Cendric Manzano, Manu Anabo, and Matty Irolon stepped up for Adamson in today's victory. Manzano was also named player of the game after posting 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Andre Cheska.
Thank you so much. Reporting live from the Mall of Asia Arena. Yeah, you can go home now.
Thank you, Denise.
Thank you for staying there. Again, that was Sports Mojo Denise Valdez Sancho. Just a short layover before the UAAP Men's Basketball Semifinals tip-off on Saturday at the Big Dome Smart Araneta Coliseum. The second-seeded UP Fighting Maroons will take on the third-seeded USC Growling Tigers at 3 in the afternoon. UP carries a twice-to-beat advantage in the Final Four. Then at 6:30 p.m., top seed and defending champs, De La Salle Green Archers, will try to make a return trip to the finals as they take on Adamson. La Salle is also armed with that twice-to-beat incentive. You can also catch both games live on One Sports, the UAAP Varsity Channel, and the Pilipinas Live app.
From music icons to the cosmic universe, there will be no shortage of entertainment value at this year's UAAP Cheer Dance competition. All eyes will be on Far Eastern University as it goes for back-to-back CDC crowns. Standing in their way are powerhouses such as National University and University of Santo Tomas. But unlike previous years, this year's edition will not feature a group stunts competition. The UAAP is set to use the same criteria for judging, but to add to the legitimacy of the scoring, the cheer judges in particular will be International Cheer Union certified. With all of this in mind, the league expects more drama and excitement at this year's competition. The UAAP CDC takes place at 2 p.m. this Sunday at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City.
Unlike the other events of the UAAP, 364 days, 55 minutes of blood, give or take of course, worth of blood, sweat and tears, 23 hours, 55 minutes worth of blood, sweat and tears will be compressed in say 5 or 6 minutes or less of a performance demanding perfection. The margin of error is so small in this event. There is no double round robin, there's no third quarter, fourth quarter, there's no overtime, no second half, no fifth set. You make a mistake, mahirap na pong makabawi dito. We expect a lot of crying because of all the pain, suffering, and adversity everyone had to go through just to get to this moment. So this Sunday...
Now, what we can expect is basically from last year kasi, you already saw, right, the routines that they have, the 8 teams. The criteria will be the same, right, as it has been for the last couple of years. It will be basic, the stunting, the pyramids, then you'll have tumbling, then you'll have tosses. So those are the specific cheer skills that we will be looking for. And one judge will judge each of those categories. And then, because it is cheer dance, right, there will be 4 judges also who will be judging the dance portion. And what in the dance, right? It's the choreography, how they transition, the spacing. So those are, and the genres that they would be using, the technique and the execution. So how we've set it up is that there will be 4 judges for cheer and 4 judges for dance as well.
Meanwhile, USC reaches rarefied air after completing the Grand Slam in the UAAP Season 87 table tennis tournaments. The Tiger Paddlers roared to a 3-1 victory in the men's division finals against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. This marks their 5th straight crown and their 31st overall title. LJ Tormes bagged Most Valuable Player honors for UST. As for the Lady Paddlers, well, they crushed the FEU Lady Tamaraos 3-0. This is the women's team's 15th title and the first since 2019. Althea Gudes was named Rookie MVP of the tournament. Before those, USC had already completed season sweeps in the boys and girls divisions. Those ended with 2-0 finals wins against Adamson University in the boys tournament and the De La Salle Zobel in the girls tip. Jeb Datahan and Jean Sanchez won the MVP awards. This marks only the 2nd event sweep in UAAP table tennis since 2015 when La Salle captured the crowns in all 4 divisions.
In other news, rising tennis star Alex Ayala and the rest of the Philippine team stay perfect in Pool B of the Billie Jean King Cup Group 3 in Bahrain. They dominated Qatar on Tuesday, with Ayala punctuating their win with a dominant 6-love demolition of Mubaraka Al Naili. Shaira Hope Rivera set the tone in the opening singles match, securing a 6-2, 6-2 win over Hind Al Mudaka. Marian Jade Cappadocia and Kim Iglupas followed up with a 6-3 and 6-love triumph in the doubles. With the sweep, the Philippines improved to a perfect 6-0 record. The country will look to bag the top spot in Pool B to secure a place in the playoff for promotion. There, they will face the leading team from Pool C, which includes host Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Laos, and Turkmenistan. The winner of the playoff will earn a promotion to Group 2 for the 2025 season. Up next on Play by Play, we've got must-see highlights from the NBA, PBA, and the UAAP. We also have more stories when we return. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Play by Play on One News. Chris Cross is on its way to the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference semifinals. That's after the King Crunchers absolutely destroyed the winless Chi-Chi Brotherhood Titans 25-8, 25-13, and 25-7. The King Crunchers displayed dominance throughout the match, holding the Titans to 2 of the league's lowest scoring sets. This is Chris Cross's 5th consecutive win. Gian Glorioso led the charge with 15 points built on 8 attacks, 5 kill blocks, and 2 aces. Chris Cross is now tied with the Signal HD Spikers at the top of the standings with identical 7-1 records. Meantime, the PGJC Navy Sea Lions give their semifinal chances a boost. The Sea Lions snatched a decisive victory over the Martelli Meats Master Butchers in straight sets, 25-9, 25-17, and 25-20. The win puts the Navy at 5-3, just a loss behind current fourth placers, the Savoj Spin Doctors. Greg Dolor led the way for the Sea Lions with 19 points on 15 attacks, 3 blocks, and 1 service ace. The Navy has 1 game left before the semis, where they will face the Signal HD Spikers on Friday. Big games in the PVL tomorrow at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. At 4 p.m., the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells take on the Galleries Tower High Risers. Zeus Coffee will look to continue their winning ways after finally claiming its first ever victory in franchise history. Galleries Tower is still searching for its first win in the conference after close defeats in their first 3 games. Then at 6 p.m., it's the Choco Mucho Flying Titans taking on the Signal HD Spikers. Choco Mucho will look to extend its 2-game winning streak, while Signal aims for a 3-0 start in the conference to tie PLDT atop the standings. Catch the games live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and on the Pilipinas Live app.
I may have been absent one day, but I really miss this, going to the screen. This is all I can think of when I start my day. They're talking about the highlight reel. Let's start. We got highlights from the NBA, PBA, and the UAAP tonight. In the NBA first, Drew Eubanks will take the elevator here. Here's Collier over to George. And then that, woo, what a lob. One-hander flush from Drew Eubanks. I didn't even know. That white boy, again, sky high for that. Let's take a look at that. Wow. And the Spurs take this NBA Cup matchup, though, over the Jazz, 128 to 115. Next up, how about this one? The Lakers against the Suns in Arizona. LeBron, a lob to Dalton Connect. When we all thought he was just a shooter, no, think again. He can also dunk, and dunk with authority. How about that alley-oop inbounds from the King? Once again, good roll to the basket by Connect. Woo! But again, the Lakers, unfortunately, being blown out of here, 127 to 100. And now, let's go to Jabari Smith Jr., giving Rudy Gobert a taste of his own medicine. Matthew, up in the air, denied, no sir, says Jabari Smith Jr. on the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Wow, what a defensive play for Jabari Smith Jr. here. And as the Rockets also win 117 to 111 in OT over Minnesota. Now, from the NBA to the PBA, Brent Paraiso, of course, with a steal here after the races. Mark Nonoy, CJ Katapusan, nice between the legs pass there from Mark Nonoy to CJ Katapusan. And CJ led all Jeep scorers with 13 points. Nonoy had 11 in his debut, but all that went for nothing, as Terra Firma got blown out by Converge here, 116 to 87, without C-Stan, Terrence Romeo, and without Vic Manuel. And now, last but definitely not least, Adamson versus UE. Who goes to the Final Four? What a move by Eli Ramos against 3 red shirts. Who thought that Dwight Ramos's brother could not play like him? Well, think again, because Eli is part of our highlight reel with that play, and Adamson wins and goes to the Final Four, takes on La Saldo in the Final Four. Chess?
I was gonna give it to Jabari.
The block on Gobert?
Just for blocking Rudy Gobert.
4-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine how annoyed Gobert was?
Yes.
Having a dose of his own medicine.
Diba? Oh, look at him.
But
he was pissed. Take a look at this play again. In the middle. Woo! Denied by Jabari.
He knew what he did too.
Yeah.
He was really proud of that.
And he was like, oh, the swag after. I would go with Eli.
I was gonna say.
Because it's Eli.
So.
And that was his, I believe, his only points of the game. But still, Eli.
I was gonna say, I was gonna give it to Jabari until I saw the Eli
Ramos.
The Eli play.
But anyway, at least we agree to disagree.
All right, before we go, last week we got to see hints of the performances in the upcoming UAAP cheer dance competition. And the only one missing, National University. But earlier today, NU finally released its teaser for the CDC. The NU Pep Squad will have a cosmic theme with the slogan, "Let's claim the N universe." NU is seeking a league record-tying 8th CDC title. This will put them level with UP and UST with the most championships in the event. NU came close last year, losing only by 0.68 points to the eventual champions FEU. NU is set to perform 6th during the CDC on Sunday, December 1st.
Exciting, exciting, exciting. Again, that will be jam-packed for sure this weekend. I just want to say, now that I'm back, I want to read this. My friends have asked, just to share for everybody, asking me, do you want ice cream? Let's go get some ice cream. Happy birthday, by the way, to Raul, one of our writers. Happy birthday to you, Raul.
Or AP.
Yes, sir. And that's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow at 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Filipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Latoncalo. Thank you for watching. Good night.